All right, so based on that, we need the charging instructions then for the two okay, here's the next question I have for you. So count 3 and count 4 are legally the same. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the charging instruction for aggravated murder, you're just switching the names, but it still have to find premeditated murder, correct? For both of them. So what's the difference between count 3 and count 4?
One is for the murder of Christine, one is for the murder of Joseph Ryan.
Well, but it's aggravated murder, so it's one charging instruction for both of them. The only reason it's aggravated murder is killing of 2 people.
Correct.
Okay, so how can you have different charging instructions where you're just flipping the names? If the one charging instruction would involve both murders.
And Your Honor, the way we drafted them was to say exactly what you just said, to flip the names. One is for the murder of Christine Banfield and one is for the...
In order to have aggravated murder, you have to have 2 murders.
Correct.
So the charging instruction has to have both murders on the charging instruction, right?
Yes.
Do we want to look at the model jury instruction?
And we used the model jury instruction.
Right, so how can you have 2 of those?
If Your Honor does not, then we couldn't... Is Your Honor suggesting that we couldn't have 2 instructions or that we can't have 2 indictments?
What, your 2 indictments are proving exactly the same thing. I mean, how is that possible? It's not for the murder of one and murder of the other. Aggravated murder is 2 murders. So you have one I thought, it's your case, so I thought it was what aggravated murder for 1 for 3 years, aggravated murder for 1 in the same transaction. But that's not what you're doing, which is fine. But
I understand.
I don't see how you can do 2 separate aggravated murders when you have to put the 2 murders in for aggravated murder.
Understood. And I see
waterfall instructions are different.
Sure.
Because you have first degree murder in one,
and then it
first
splits
degree murder
apart.
in another.
Right. And that's how we've written them, is to have a waterfall for each, so that if they find one can be...
What's the difference between the 2 aggravated murders, though?
Judge, I can look up some case law on this and take a minute, figure out the answer to your question, because I don't think I am...
I mean, I think I have it tackled here. I mean, aggravated murder for your section that you're going under is number 1, that the defendant killed name of both people.
Sure.
And number 2, that the killings, plural, were willful, deliberate, premeditated. And number 3, that they happened in a 3-year period.
Okay. Understood. But then the indictment couldn't stand as 2 counts either.
Well, that's what
that's what you're trying to tell me. Okay.
The one for the same transaction can go back as subsection 7, and the one for subsection 8 can go back as 2 different aggravated murders. But how can you have 2 under subsection 8 going back as 2 aggravated murders? But then what do we do? How does the waterfall instruction read when you believe that he killed Joe but not Christine? And well, that's why you have to do a different waterfall instruction.
So what I was understanding Your Honor to suggest was that there would only be 1 indictment and 1 instruction for aggravated.
Right.
But wouldn't we then need 2 separate instructions?
Right. If you find that he only murdered Christine Banfield,
right,
at first degree, and you have to go down that, or move on to the next, you right, found that, it would be the opposite.
But at what point do they diverge, right? Because if you don't find aggravated, do you then have a separate instruction for first degree for both? If you find Christine but not Joe, and if you find Joe but not Christine?
If you have not found aggravated murder, period.
Okay.
Then you may find first degree there, first degree here.
Right.
Is this making sense?
It is. No, I'm absolutely tracking what you're suggesting. I think that's not the way we've done it, though. So we should probably...
I just don't see it. And I'll give you time to go look at some case law and see how 2 aggravated murders, because the only reason it's aggravated murder in this case is there's 2.
Right, because there's 2 people.
Right. So I don't see how 2 counts of the same of 3 years goes to the jury when it's just the 2 people.
And I'll admit, Judge, I was just sailing with the indictments the way they were presented, with 2 counts of each, 2 counts of within 3 and 2 counts at the same time. I will need to look into this to determine what the next step forward is.
That's not a problem. I mean, would you rather do this in the morning then?
Yeah, just to make sure that I have the correct answer rather than...
That's fine. I think that's fair. Do you have any objection to that, Mr. Carroll? Or anything you want to add to the conversation?
No, Your Honor, we were chatting, and so I'm fine with looking into it.
Well, if you want to, and maybe I'm going down the wrong rabbit hole, but it's just...
Your Honor, I think it bears looking into. I think
Okay.
you raise a good point. If we can, however, then not yet strike counts from the
Okay, that's
indictment, we may
fine.
still come back to that same position, but
Okay,
we
that's
can
fine.
preserve.
We can do that. So we can get this figured out.
Okay.
And if you come back tomorrow and that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm just trying to
Okay.
keep a clean record here.
Understood. I appreciate
Um,
that.
the